basically what Emerson quoted in Amateur in Ceramics. This was easily one of my favorite classes because I got to work on an array of projects and really challenge myself. I've never really been in love with art, and I'm not planning to take many art classes in college, but I'm really glad that I got a taste of ceramics. I put these 3 quotes in because they go along with my mentality during this class, which involved thinking outside of the box and not being punished for doing so. My Zentangle tile embodied a surrealist theme with bridges, a sun, a star, and a river. I like the matte finish on the river, and I wish I did the whole project matte. In my opinion, my whistle was my best project because it resembled exactly what I was going for, a snail. I like the neon matte glazes and the craftsmanship of the shell. My blue rutile and deep fire brick rhino definitely should be reworked. I honestly am not a fan of the PATS process, but I would try it again to fix this rhino. I would rework my project by proportioning the body to a better degree and attaching my pieces better. My tiki resembles Ku, the god of war, through the battle wounds on its forehead. Overall, I would recommend future Ceramics 2 students to use a combination of different high fire glazes like I did on my tiki because it creates for a great contrast. This was definitely the hardest but most rewarding project. My project of choice let me work on the wheel a little bit more. The Indigo Float and Chun Plum glaze combination did not come out as vibrant as I had wished for, but overall I enjoyed working on the wheel the most out of all my projects. I love the Indigo Float and oatmeal glaze on my PATS elephant, but I wish I would have created a mouth. Like my rhino, I had trouble with the PATS process, which resulted in a 3-legged elephant. My pot was my favorite project to work on because I never thought I'd make something decent on the wheel. It came out really smooth and holds water, so it's probably the most useful project too. Once it was time for the diorama, I really appreciated that I'd stayed on top of the due dates on all my projects, which was definitely the greatest lesson I learned throughout Ceramics 2. The overall layout of my diorama was based on the work of Salvador Dali. I like the way Dali embodies the surrealist movement with the concept of melting time. I like the specific color choice of brown, blue, and yellow that Dali generally incorporates into his work. The majority of Dali's work contains some aspect of desert life with a twist on the human imagination. Specifically, I love Dali's The Persistence of Memory painting and incorporated the idea of melting time with a dripping sun and a moon that continuously becomes smaller. My usage of a mountainous bottom texture creates for a more picturesque idea of the outdoors that Dali generally uses as his subjects. I believe I was successful in creating a work of art that represents Dali's paintings because I took a twist on the surrealist movement with the dripping sun and moon and added stalagmites to give my piece an unusual aspect.